Hey everybody, this is Alan Fine and I'm here with Gus Antorcha, who is the president of Holland America Line. We are on a cruise with travel advisors who are being exposed to attitude is gratitude. And rather than have you feel left out, we're going to tell you how to participate here on Insider Travel Report. Gus, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
I haven't seen you for how many? A couple months now?
A few months, yeah.
You gave a presentation to all the travel advisors here, and you basically talked about what sets Holland America Line apart. And you broke it up into three categories. You talked about deployment, ships, service, and why mid-sized ships is your wheelhouse. Let's dive deep into that, starting with where are the ships going, the deployment.
Sure. So on deployment, I think in particular, and it's very relevant for this moment right now, is our deployment out of the U.S.
Yeah.
And there's two areas.
Why is that? The planes, we don't want to even go on them.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. The consumer, the guest, has really chosen to stay more domestic, right? Travel within the U.S. is off the chart. The airlines are carrying more people domestically. That's bounced back sooner, and it's come at the cost of international travel. And so as I think of Holland America and what we could do to sell in Holland America, it's, there's two parts of our program that really focus on the U.S. The first is Alaska. We've been in Alaska over 75 years. Before Alaska was a state.
I was going to ask you about that.
Which means,
You've got experience.
Yeah, we've got a lot of experience in Alaska. And that turns into a very tangible advantage for your clients, our guests, on what we're able to offer in Alaska. So we have preferential access to Glacier Bay. We have more cruises going to Glacier Bay than anybody. And that's a big deal. It's a national park. It is one of the must-sees of Alaska. It means we work with the best operators, tour operators, shore operators, to really curate excursions in Alaska, because that is the point of going to Alaska. It's not really to cruise, it's to immerse yourself in Alaska. So we work with the best operators. We partner with the National Park Service. We have their guides on board to point out areas of interest, to point out the history, what you're seeing. We work with the Hindu tribe, and they're actually descendants of the first human inhabitants of Glacier Bay. So we bring all this culture and enrichment on board, so people really immerse themselves in Alaska. Our land-based program, together with Princess, largest hotel network, largest transportation network in Alaska, to really take you even further in to Denali, to the Yukon, if you want to see the land side, which you must. If you go to Alaska, you want to see the towns, the cities along the water, but you also want to go inland. I mean, Denali National Park, it's incredible. So that depth of experience, really, we're able to offer your clients, our guests. So that's one part of out of the U.S., and that's easy. Out of Seattle, out of Vancouver, it's easy, 7-day, and then you do the open jaws if you want to do the land-based.
That's just Alaska.
That's just Alaska. The really cool part, which not many people know about, is all our long itineraries out of the U.S. I was just talking to the team last night because I wanted some examples. We were talking. We're going to do a 95-day out of San Diego round trip through New Zealand, circumnavigate Australia and back. We're just doing right now Hawaii, Tahiti, which repeats. It's on Zuiderdam. It just left Hawaii. It's on the way to Polynesia. It goes to Bora Bora. You wake up in Bora Bora. We actually got the okay because they have a size limitation of the ship into Bora Bora. We got the okay. We got grandfathered into allowing us to really sail into that bay, which is just striking. So that's right out of the U.S. You leave San Diego. You come back to San Diego. On the East Coast, out of Boston, 30-plus day voyage of the Vikings. So you go up Halifax and then over. You're in Iceland, which is an incredibly popular destination, out of Boston. You leave Boston, you come back to Boston. And we have, and I wrote down some of these, some of what we are, what we have that no one else has. It's, we offer more cruises, 16 nights or longer out of the U.S., more than twice as many, 69 and longer to Hawaii. Only brand offering more than 100 cruises, the 11 nights or longer. Those are those canals people love. I mean, some of our highest occupancy sailings right now are these long voyages, the canals, the trans canals, the partial canals that coming back from Fort Lauderdale. We just put in Fort Lauderdale, round trip South America back in through the canal. So anyway, the offering's extensive.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys are you have the experience. You've been sailing longer than anybody almost, and so you have the deployment, but you also have great ships.
So that was the
second prong.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So we have midsize ships, right. And to me, they're really in the sweet spot because as an industry, what you've seen is some brands going smaller and smaller actually, right. With the venture ships and the expedition ships. And typically those denote high level service, right. Crystal, Seabourn, those types of ships. And then you have the other brands that are building larger and larger. And why would they build larger? You have more space, you can have more venues, more stuff to do. More. We've got this balance where service on Holland America Line is exceptional. I mean, that was part of having everyone on board to tangibly feel our level of service. It's absolutely exceptional. But you're in a size ship that allows you entertainment venues, it allows you dining venues, so you feel like there's stuff going on, you've got variety, you can go to Asian restaurant, a steakhouse restaurant.
It's like Goldilocks, where this porridge is too hot, this is too cold. This is just right.
Exactly. That's exact. It is just right, and that so it gives us that.
You have the attention and stuff to do.
Exactly.
Instead of nothing to do and attention,
exactly.
And too much to do and not enough attention.
Okay. And the ship won't feel crowded because let's be honest. Nowadays, with everything going, do you want to be on a crowded ship? There's some guests that won't. So we offer. You don't want to be bored, but you don't want to be on a ship with 5,000-6,000 of your favorite friends. No, you want to be somewhere in the middle, and it's like Goldilocks. I think that's a great way.
So we just now talked about the three things, which the last one was service. Exactly. So now let me ask you, the travel advisors want to know about your extension of the worry-free.
Yeah. So look, right now what we don't want to do is put up hurdles or put up questions guests might have. Let's make it easy. Let's worry-free. Let's not have people. And so we extended it. It was very natural thing to do. It's working for us. It gives people confidence.
And that's extended to when?
Yeah, May 30th to book, to cruise September 30th. Okay. And we'll see if it makes sense to extend further. We will. Okay. But what we felt right now, the extension, it was a good idea.
Well, and you keep developing and planning. So we were beta testing a new thing called Verifly. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Again, it's about making it easy for the guests, your clients. So Verifly is a company where you scan in the documents you need. And these will vary by geography, and they may change.
Well, it's just hard to keep track of the documents, so now you are helping.
So you take a picture of your vaccination card, you take a picture of your negative COVID test, you upload it, it gives you like a little green badge, then you walk in and then you show it, and then it just eliminates paperwork.
It's funny, we used to be afraid to travel because of COVID. Now we're afraid to travel because of the paperwork, but you've taken that away.
It is. It's it's a hassle. We want to eliminate hassles. We want to make it easy for the guests. It's pain. Like you got all the. Now it's easy.
What's business looking like now on the other end of the pandemic?
It's up. It's up. I think it's up for everybody. I've been talking to a lot of the travel partners over the last couple of days. It's starting to really bounce, and which is wonderful. I think people are, with Omicron that's come down so rapidly, people want to be traveling and they're comfortable traveling, and you don't have to fly international on Holland America, as you said, do some really interesting cruises. And so, we're seeing it book and we're seeing people excited.
Well, I think they're starting to realize how safe you're making it.
Yes, it is. I mean, we are responsive to and always working with our health experts to do what's right to keep people safe. Safety and the well-being of our guests, our team, there's nothing more important than that. But, as things have changed, we adapt. And yes, we're still doing the testing. We still do the vaccination requirement, but we've loosened the mask requirement. I mean, all of the U.S. has, right? I mean, just every state. It's all moving. So, we've done that as well. I mean, we're sitting here without masks. Right? It's great. It's great.
But if we were walking around, if we were in an elevator, we'd wear a mask.
Right.
Yeah. Or actually, when we're on the tenders, where you're in a smaller room, we're wearing masks. Yeah. Right. Just to be safe. But
and if people want to wear masks, that's okay too. Like, our team continues to wear masks. We feel that's important for the time being, for a while. I think they'll continue to wear masks. I think it just makes the guests feel a little more comfortable.
So how much of the fleet is back on?
So 6 ships are back, but the entire fleet will be back by June, and we're very excited. That's a real milestone.
That's near. That's close.
That's right there. I mean, the teams are going crazy right now, making sure the ships, because we make sure the ships are absolutely perfect. Because it may be our first cruise back for that ship, but that's the vacation someone's been looking forward to, and we want to deliver it to what they expect for Holland America. And so, the teams are running like crazy to make sure their ships are absolutely ready.
The trouble in the Ukraine and Russia, has that affected Holland America at all?
Yeah, of course. I mean, our ships travel the world. Our teams are from all over the world, and it's absolutely tragic what's happening. On the easier side, we had some itineraries in the Baltic that stopped in St. Petersburg. We've canceled those, replaced them, doing an overnight in Stockholm.
It's pretty good.
Really good. And then we'll do Lithuania, Estonia, right near Finland. There's amazing ports in the Baltic, but that was the easy part. I mean, the part that really focused on is, of course, we have team members from Ukraine and Russia. I mean, so really making sure we support them.
You got to support both sides.
Well, yeah.
Your team members are your team members. It's family. Well, that's the other thing. This is family.
No, absolutely. And our Russian team members, they don't know what to do. They have nothing to do with what's going on. But it's gotten hard. We're paying them in cash, for example.
So that must be difficult.
Yeah, it is. But we're doing right by our team members. They're clearly, whether it's our Russia team members or Ukrainian team members, they've just been caught in this, like I said, tragic situation. Mm-hmm. Making sure we're supporting them. In some case we're paying them cash because it's hard to get money back, and they've just been just terrible what's happening, and counseling services for our team members. But
we didn't even think of that. That's great.
Yeah, no, it's we have team members whose homes no longer exist, and it's just terrible. But we're family on board, and we take care of our team, and to me that's been the hardest part. You
guys have always worried about the planet and the oceans we're on. How are you doing on your sustainability goals?
Yeah, a lot, and we're making a ton of progress. I think it goes really looking at all the waste streams that a ship produces. So whether it's fuel and how to reduce our fuel consumption, and making sure that air, that exhaust is cleaner. We've got a bunch of systems that clean and take the particulates out. The level of recycling we do, how much, we've massively reduced. We've almost eliminated single-use items, single-use plastics on board, and we just keep at it. The easy stuff we do quickly, the harder stuff we figure out alternatives, and over time we've made just really tremendous progress, not just as a brand, but as a corporation.
Well, I hope you guys feel like you're here with us with all the travel advisors. Talk a moment about the attitude is gratitude.
Yeah, so that's the theme of this event, of this voyage, and it just really reflects how we've gone through a lot. We've all gone through a lot in the last 2 years, and the support that we've received from the trade. We wouldn't be here without your support, and I'm just so thankful for that. And so, as I spoke with Michelle Sutter, which leads our North American sales team, she's like, we should really just have everybody on board and take a moment to just give thanks to everything that's working. And we've gone through a lot, but we're stronger as a team together, and so that was really, we want to just take a moment and think about everything we have to give thanks for, and I count my blessings every day. We're here on board, we're sharing time together, we're talking to advisors, we're enjoying the team, we're just great hospitality, and so I just think it's a very befitting, with all the craziness going on in the world and everything we've gone through, just kind of nice to give thanks for everything that we have.
And to wrap up, you've got over 100,000 travel advisors right here.
Yeah.
How should they sell Holland America Line?
Focus on what we're doing out of the U.S. I think that's an advantage. I think that's a unique selling point, either Alaska or the long voyages. And you could rest assured, if your clients sail with us, they're going to get great service, that perfect mid-size ship.
Lots of entertainment. You're going to have lots of music, all styles.
Music walk, BB King's, rock room, piano, Lincoln Center Stage, lots of variety. It'll be great. You can be confident booking your clients on Holland America Line.
Good luck to you, and thank you for talking to us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.